I'm Michelle Visser. I'm a podcast host, Simple Doesn't Mean Easy podcast, and I have been writing for over a decade about simple living and real food and improving the ingredients in our kitchen. One of the very first things I ever did on this whole journey was get backyard chickens. But our coop at the time was actually a worn down building covered with overgrowth and bushes. We didn't even realize what it was when we first moved here. And as we uncovered it, we realized, oh, this is a chicken coop. It certainly was on its last leg. We used it for a decade, actually, and it served us well, even though it was in disarray and the foundation was falling apart and the roof was leaking. So when the time came that we knew we needed a new coop because the chickens would not make it through another winter, we thought for sure we were gonna have to settle. We thought we were gonna have to be happy with something that was very like big box store kind of coop. So when I started looking online, I pretty quickly came across the Hen House Collection because I saw quite a few people talking about them and their craftsmanship. When I looked at their site, I instantly thought these look like they are made by the Amish. I had spent a few years living in Lancaster, PA, and I was very familiar with the Amish and how they have really great pride in their work. I loved it that not only did I know the area that these were being built, but I knew the craftsmanship they were built with. So it was super easy to get this coop made to my specifications, exactly the way I wanted it. I made a few different phone calls. I was probably on the phone maybe a total of 30 or 45 minutes with Enos. He was so helpful, great to work with. He made great suggestions. He answered all my questions. And within literally, I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks from the time I first discovered them, we had this coop delivered to our farm here in New England. I was a little worried when I realized the size of what I was requesting, and they were telling me that they could bring it all the way here from Pennsylvania. And until the day it was delivered, I wasn't sure it was gonna happen. Not only did they do what they said they were gonna do, but they did it with ease. The driver was amazing, and he took great care at getting it exactly where I wanted it, exactly the way we wanted it. A crazy great attention to detail, great customer service. And then I thought this was great, because just as my husband is saying to me, I wonder if we can get from them the number of the stains, so if we ever need to touch anything up. Just as he's saying that, the driver goes to his truck and pulls out 2 different stains, because we had the black and the brown, and he walks around the whole coop and does a touch-up with his little things of stain to touch up any little spots that he saw from the travel where there might have been scratches, which I hadn't even noticed. The chickens, they absolutely love their new coop. In fact, I pretty much tell them they have a castle, because the luxury of this compared to what they used to live in, it's crazy awesome, isn't it? They're so happy with this giant run. I love that I could specify the wiring on the outside so it was totally predator proof. We have a lot of trouble with predators. We have had predators that get in our coop, and they actually have torn through wire that we had around the coop. So I knew I needed it to be really sturdy, and the Hen House Collection did everything in their power to make sure it was predator proof for me. I love the roll away nesting boxes. The eggs will roll out of the reach of the hens, so if the hen is wanting to be broody and I'm not wanting that, or if there's a hen that's decided it wants to eat an egg or 2, it can't do that because the eggs are rolled away and safe away from the chickens. And I love that I could get the epoxy floor, because cleaning a chicken coop has never been something I enjoyed. Never, not gonna lie. But with the epoxy floor, it makes it so much easier to simply mop it out and get it clean and avoid any problems that we would have from a dirty coop. If someone asked me what should they look for in a coop, they weren't sure what to do if they're gonna go buy a coop, I would say, first of all, it's worth the investment, because backyard chickens are something, once you have them, you're always going to want to have them. And you want the house to last. I mean, I'm so pleased that we had the privilege of having a coop that did last for 150 years. And I feel like now we again have another coop that's gonna last us for hopefully generations. As far as details, talk to the manufacturer and really find out, what they can do, what they can do to upgrade it, and then think through what you might need. For me, it was non-negotiable to have the roll-away egg feature, and to have it predator proof, at least as much as we could make it predator proof, and the large size run. Even though we only have 8 chickens, I knew I needed a large coop because they're locked away in there for months at a time, depending on predator and weather situations sometimes. If you're looking to invest in a coop, I would tell you it's worth the investment to get one that's well made.